Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Cross Comics After Dark. Okay, it's not supposed to be spooky. I don't know why I did that. Well, I did just because, whole After Dark thing. Well, of course, tonight we are working on Canadian Shield number 3, page 2 again. I was debating whether to do this or to do the coloring of Snowdrift 2, page 6, but I decided that it would be a little easier, faster, better, whatever, to do the Snowdrift coloring offline, um, and just continue with Canadian Shield online. So, let's see. Let's bring up the right thing here so we can see the chat. There we go. Oh. So last week, I believe we were trying to get John Sims in here good. I'm not sure whether we've succeeded or not. That's frame 2. We were in panel 1. Supposed to be in panel 1. There we go. Oh, panel 1. That says panel 1. Frame 2. Duh. Canadian Shield. Okay, so where is this John Sims located? Standing up. Okay, trying to find couch, coffee table, Shield extras, Canadian Shield. Where is this John Sims located? Is it on this 29? Oh, it is. Probably because I was trying to draw the outside. Draw outside the lines there. Okay, so let's see whether we can... what we can do here. Okay, so there we go. John, Canadian Shield's and bare feet, but John's gonna have shoes on. Or should I have him bare feet as well? Or, well, you know what? We won't have him bare feet, but we'll have him in socked feet. We'll have him with socks on. Oh, no. Need to do that the other way. Okay, so there we go. We'll have there. I think that looks half decent. Let's take out a little bit right in here. There we go. No, I think this is looking half decent. Obviously, we got to clean up some of these lines here. This one might be slightly too big. I'm not even sure whether I've got him slightly too big width wise. Okay, so let's see. Okay, probably making his hand slightly too big here, but we're getting the premise to what we want. You know what? Let's take this out again. Let's do that like that to show like cufflink type things. Although he's probably not going to have cufflinks on, but you know, the button up sleeves on the shirt. Okay, so here we go. We will put this. Now I know I'm going up against D&Q again. We're doing After Dark on Thursdays. And whatever else might be on. Well, Metal, of course, is doing his thing. He's having some movies in his chat on Discord. You know what? I should see whether he's started that. I forget what movie he's watching tonight. To an audience. Confirm. Watch. Oh. We'll probably end up having to cut that out. He's watching Digimon, I just remembered. Something to do with about Digimon eggs. So, probably won't see Metal here. Although he might end up coming in for about the last half hour. Depends. I'm not sure how long that movie goes for. Hey, good night, Spoon. Hercule Patriot. I'm not sure what you mean there exactly. Okay, so trying to get John Sims' hands here done. Although they're not, I don't think they're going to turn out good. This first one, Patriot. Oh yeah, I got that, but Hercule Patriot. I'm not sure what you mean by the Hercules or whatever. Hey Jr. How are you? So I'm not sure who saw, but I did put up a video earlier today. Besides the short video, Rick, no. um, I did get the dynamic rodent in the mail from the Gifford. Um, Probably going to be reading that on Saturday. I'm going to something that I'm going to have to take the bus with, and I'm going to be a couple hours doing that. So, or an hour and a half to 2 hours on bus getting there. I don't like the way I end up doing these hands. All good. What are we watching you do tonight? I am working on the Canadian Shield number 3 page 2 still. Trying to get John Sims drawn in here fairly good. Halloween party. Ah. And then I'm going to work on these other panels. I've been going through them each week, going through them, trying to get them all a little bit better. I think right now I just want to get this one really good, especially John Sims with the angle of hunting in Venus. Okay. Venice? Venice, yes, that's Venice, not Venus. Agatha Christie. Oh, I know what Agatha Christie is. I've heard of that. Just trying to get this in a little bit so it looks. This does not look decent at all. Those hands are really messed up. I've got to really figure out how to do my hands better. Um, so I've decided he's going to have sock feet on. I was debating tonight. Hercule Patriot is a detective character or pirate. Okay, I did not know that. Like Agatha Christie, I guess you're saying. But I was tempted to do some coloring on Snowdrift 2, page 6 that I've got back from the person that's inking it. Let me show that off. What I've done so far. There's more to be done. There's going to be more to be done on this, obviously. I'm recording myself doing it. I'm going to put it up as, 5 to 10 minute video, and then it'll be up as a short. So, you saw this page in pencils and maybe in inks. I might have showed it off the inks. But I've started getting the colors in there. Obviously, I've put Snowdrift and Sunset in their colors and put in some tree colors and some ice color. I've got to start working on the buildings here in the background, the sky here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. John didn't put an elaborate background in here. There's some buildings and stuff over here, or doorways, part of the street, for us to do stuff there. And then, of course, there's the building here. I'm not sure what this is all supposed to be. It might supposed to be snow, but I don't think I was wanting that much snow. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I'll have to ask John to be sure. So as I get more colors in, things will look well. It sort of look. John drew this. Yeah, he drew it without obviously the. He did the pencils, and then I had somebody in get Flyfox Pro. Could be smoke. Yeah, could be smoke too. There's the inks. Here, let me bring up John's pencils for it. Here's John's pencils for it. Yeah, you're thinking this hand, right? This arm? I seen it afterwards and I was thinking something about it. And I was wondering whether I should say something. Because that arm looks a little off. It looks a little bit better with the color in it. Um, Maybe once I get some shading, real good shading here, make this part darker, this part a little lighter, it might look good, but yeah, that hand looks to be a bit off for sure. I'm not sure whether I want to correct it myself or not. Is that depends on how it looks when it's done after it's colored. I might do a little. What's wrong with it? It looks a little big. Well, the arm looks a little long, and the hand looks a little big. At least to me. But I think he was probably trying to do some sort of a thing where her arm and hand are a little closer to you because, well, obviously her head's right behind that shield of ice and her arms off to the side in front of it. So, depending on how wide it is, it could be that. I think it's a whole perspective thing. And her forearm is equal to the length of her torso. So I'm not completely sure about that myself. You know, I said to John it was good. I never really took the time to look at it. I should do that a little bit better. Look at these things, the details of them a little bit better when I get them. Hey, Captain Infinity. It does look a bit long, but she is hunched over. Yeah, there's that too. There's a few things to take into consideration. Joshua, tell me about how excited you are for the new Hercule Poirot movie. Okay, so this is not really not translating well for this guy here to this. This doesn't look too bad, but obviously the hands need to be worked on. A few things need to be worked on. But I think I got basic what I want in the picture there, so I can erase. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to erase the top part at the moment. I'm just going to bring this down here. It's my most anticipated movie. Actually says uh Joshua. So how are you tonight, Captain? Okay, so I'm taking this layer that says John out. I've been counting the days. I can't tell if you're trolling me. I'm not sure whether is it a good troll if you can't tell you're being trolled, or is it a bad troll? Well, not the person, but just the act of trolling. I'm a really big fan, whatever of whatever that is. It's probably success. It's probably a successful troll. Which way? If you can't tell that you've been trolled, if you can tell you've been trolled, is it successful or is it more successful if you can't tell you've been trolled? If you can't tell. Okay. Joshua, what would you say? Are you successful at a troll if they can't tell you that you're trolling them? Or are you or are you successful if they can tell? I'm going to bet Joshua doesn't give a flying fork about Kenneth Bragg films. You know what? There is. Let me come over to YouTube and let's see. Let's make a poll, and we'll run it through the thing. Participants. I thought I could make a poll in the chat. Can't you make a poll in the chat? Participants. Did they take that away? I thought there was a way to make a poll in the chat. You can on Twitch. I could have sworn I've seen it here before too. Maybe you have to have a certain. Is this Twitch? No, it's not. Okay, let me see. Since I'm live, it's not letting me do it behind the scenes. Let's see, my channel. Live. Community moderation participants toggle pop-up chat. Time set. What's up? Hey Tim. I was just about to try and put up a poll, but apparently you can't. And hey, everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out. Let's try and get a bunch of people here chatting with us all. So, although I can't put the poll up for whatever reason because there's no option to now, for whatever reason. Um, we were asking the question. Goodnight Spoon says, Timothy, I will back Melvin if you give a lengthy dissertation on Hercule Pirate. Pyrote? But we were asking, or I was asking the question: Is it? Do you consider a successful troll somebody that can troll you and you not know you've been trolled, or are they successful if you know that you've been trolled? Because if you don't know you've been trolled, unless they tell you at the end, then I guess everybody else is in on the joke but you, or whatever. He is a fictional detective, Rick. Yeah. Poirot. 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 Yes, I realize he's a fictional detective. Uh, they are a loser either way because they have nothing better to do or creative or meaningful. Oh, you've probably angered about all my audience except for you at this point. Well, let's forget about that part of it. Timothy, whether they're a loser either way or not, what would you consider being successful as a troll? Yeah. Timothy, Goodnight Spoon says, dang, Timothy said something real. Joshua says, if the purpose of trolling is to fool or mislead someone and they believe it, fall for it, then it's successful. And if they can't tell it's completely false, then it's somewhat successful. I guess if they get under your skin, says Timothy. Because we do have quite a few good-natured trolls here. Yeah, but the trolls here are... How often do you try to mislead or fool me? Yeah, probably more often than I would know. Would you guys consider yourselves, for the ones that are actually trolls, would you guys consider yourselves successful trolls here? I'm going to disagree with Timothy's last point. Getting under people's skin is entirely unrelated to trolling. I wouldn't say it's completely unrelated, but if you can't tell it's a troll, it can be a funny joke even if it's not believable. Oh, if you can tell that it's a troll. It can still be a funny joke, even if it's not believable. True. Now, obviously, I've said pretty a few times um, here that I've got good-natured trolls. Would you guys, any of you guys consider yourselves Nate troll or good-natured trolls? I don't think I'm a troll, Rick, but I defer to your judgment. I'm just being goofy. Okay. Uh, Manticore. Hello, Manticore. How are you tonight? Manticore says, troll? Me? Never! Okay, so, good night, Spoon. So, I'm good. Rick Piper, yourself. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, Good night, Spoon. Except for the time that I recently tried to troll your guests regarding whether or not zombies are cannibals. Oh, and for those that were here, have checked it out. How did you guys enjoy the guests last night or what? Yesterday afternoon? I got his book in the mail today. Going to be reading it. The rest of it on Saturday as I'm on the bus. So, like I was saying, Goodnight Spoon answered my question before I asked it. Anybody, and I'm not sure whether Manticore did or not. He sort of did. But for anybody else, would you consider yourself a troll, a YouTube troll? I don't think YouTube will allow me to do an essay, but I can give an opinion of all the mystery books made into shows. I think Pyrote Pyrote is one of the better adaptations. Well, as long as you're not too nasty with your essay, video essay, or whatever, I think they would. You could probably show pictures, maybe not so much sound, Timothy. Besides, I find most of of the shows boring, anyways. Okay, let's see. Actually, this is starting to look a little good. Let's get this line in here for the shirt. Come in a bit. Monk was boring. I never watched Monk. Monk is not an adaptation, I don't think. Okay, are you talking about the manga or anime that's called Monk? Because when you say Monk, there was a TV show early thousands, I think, called Monk. Wasn't that an original show? Yeah. Was he not loosely based on Pyrote? I have no idea whether it was loosely based or not on Pyrote. Uh, aren't most mystery books based on Agatha Christie books? I don't think so, Kim, because although probably predate Agatha Christie probably predates this, but of course there was the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew. We're talking Tony Shalhoub vehicle. So hopefully tomorrow I will be picking up the Canadian Shield remastered books. I ordered them yesterday afternoon when I was out on my way home. Obsessive compulsive detective. Uh, I like Psych more. Monk was a good show. Yeah, I never got to watch, never watched it, got to watch it. I'm not sure how you want to put that. Psych was good. The movies weren't great, but I enjoyed the reunion. The movies had moments. Jack Tagger. I can't remember if I watched the third one. Says Goodnight Spoon. Okay, so this looks almost good. Okay, so now we need to try and get this done. I did not have the streaming service that had the third one. Says Timothy of the Olsons. I think it's Peacock's not worth the money. Says Goodnight Spoon and Timothy. It's like uh, you know what? Since Tim's here and he's probably checked it already, but let's go to Find My Comic. Let's check on Smelvin. Last I seen it was at like 30, 80 something percent. Okay, come on, where is... There we go. We are at 84% with $419.18 backers on Melvin. So he needs another $81 to get over his funding goal, and he still's got 40 days to go. So that's doing pretty good. Frasier, I like Frasier. I watched all of that. And Cheers, unless you really like Frasier, might have to illegally watch it. Laugh out loud, unless you really like Frasier and The Office. Frasier and Office. I've never seen. I've seen bits of The Office, never a full episode. If only someone. Anyone would get me closer to the goal but him. Who is the brave soul that can do that? I don't know. I know I contributed to the campaign. God bless you, Rick. Yeah. I don't think I was the first one, but I was one of the first ones. I'm not sure whether you can tell me or not. Uh, my contributions. Let's see. Uh, Melvin food details. I don't think I have a backer number per se. I have an ID for, I guess, the contribution. You were like third. Ah, okay. I was first on Chris's campaign. Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. Up here. Okay, so let's see what this. It's looking a little better. I gotta do something with the arms. I don't like the way the arms are. They look good enough and all, but and the hands need work. I'm trying to make it look like he's in soft feet there. And I'm not sure about the size for him. John Sims. Hmm. You know what? Let's combine these two layers and merge with layer below. I might take this. I might do something different with his hand. Take this. Let's rotate it. Rotate it and scale just in case. Like just put it and then end up putting his hand. Like on his hip there. We'll redraw this here. A different layer. Okay, so we'll put a layer up. There, something like that, and then we can. I've got to draw the hand better, obviously. That looks a little better, actually. Although it's matching the hand area at the moment. But if I did that, I think that would look better. Let's butcher this some more. I think this leg needs to come out a little too. So let's do a rotate with that. Um, Okay, let's. Okay, Control X, Control V. Okay, now we can move it. Okay, so I'm actually with moving it like that. I actually like it a little better. Although I think at this point he's a little short. And I think I could move part of his leg or make his leg a little bigger at this point now. I'm liking stuff that I'm doing here. We'll take that. Oh, it's the copy, not the. There. Um, okay, so with that, let's bring the leg down. No. What do you guys think of that? The basic concept. Obviously, it needs to be drawn slightly better. We're gonna merge. Hey, Factor Draws, how are you? What's up? Just trying to draw some stuff for Canadian Shield 3 here. Merge with layer below. Trying to get this one image of my one character looking half decent. What is the question? I was asking what you guys think of the basic look. Obviously, I need to draw it up a little bit better, but the basic look for John Sims there. He's the guy right here. Maybe I should put up some white in the background so you guys can see that a little better. Right now I'm working on page 2. That I've been working on page 2 live for about the last few weeks, last month, trying to get every bit a little bit better the drawings. Been working on other pages offline, but not as much as I should. I should actually have some pages done offline, but I don't. And here, just so you can see. Uh, there we go. It's not completely finished yet, obviously. Like I said, I'm working on John Sims. He looks a bit small, but at the same time, the Canadian Shield is fairly tall, fairly big. So, do I got him big enough, or in comparison with Canadian Shield? That's hard. I'm trying to figure that out. I've actually got to draw him better in the third panel here. Well, and the fourth as well. So since nobody is answering, I'm not sure how to take that one way or another. So, well, this guy here that I'm drawing is a friend that he sort of made in between issues because of helping down at the power plant. It's a police officer, detective to be precise. Probably came across him when he was out finding something to eat after the incidents of the last issue. Figured, hey, I can feed this guy, like he saved the town from blowing up, or getting blown up, and a lot more of the area. Just one of the last lines that the last line Canadian Shield says he's off to find something to eat, like a wabbit or something like that. He's looking for some wascally wabbit. So what have you been up to, Factor? What has been factoring into your life? Okay, so we're gonna put the arms on a different layer. That way we can get the body shape in here, and again the hands probably on another level, and then we will combine everything. Because that way it'll probably be a little easier to uh, draw stuff in. And of course, tomorrow I'm going to be on at noon drawing up Dynamic Rodent from the book that I interviewed yesterday. And then I'll probably be putting out a review next week on. You know what? I think for this, I'm actually going to. Okay, so that is a bit thick for the button. Bring it down to 6, see what it looks like. Well, you know what? We're gonna go one more down. We're gonna go to 5 for the brush size. Okay. So, and then we're going to copy this. Control C, Control V. And we will move the next one up here. Another Control V, move it up here. Another Control V. And that all the way up here. There we go. So now we're gonna Merge this with the layer below. Merge with layer below. And merge with layer below. There we go. And now we'll come back over to the regular brush. I'll put it down a bit so we can put a couple dots in each one. That way it might look like a button. Okay, so now we'll finish off this. Timothy's putting a link to his comic. Yes, Mr. Timothy Olsen has a pretty good comic out there right now. I actually did the inks on it, so, and I inked and colored the cover. Pencils for it were all done by Sid, except for the backup. Sid Tellis, except for the backup story, who had different artists. And then also on that campaign is another book, Melvin Zero, which gives Melvin telling a little bit of his history when he's older. Which sounds like a pretty good story too. Yep, inks by Rick Piper and coloring on the cover was done by Rick as well. There we go. Okay, except for the fact that he looks too damn short, this is not looking half bad. Maybe I just need to make the legs longer. I don't know. Well, I should figure it out before I do anything more. Maybe it's just the damn foreshortening that's messing me up. Oh, finally, midget representation. Okay, let's scale this. We don't want to do. Okay, so I finally decided. Well, I do want it a bit thinner, so let's. So I think I'm on the right track about. Okay, so I like the skinniness there. Now, okay, so if I. That looks like it will be good because this guy's not supposed to be a mid yet. Now we just need to join these. Okay, so there, that is looking half decent now. Uh, okay, so now we need to do the arms, which that really ends up messing up the arms too, doesn't it? Let's see. Well, you know what? The great thing is we can do the arms one by one. Let's see what happens when we. Let's go down to this one here. Uh, what happens when we squish it? There, that. Okay. And then. Well, the arms weren't too bad before, so. Okay, so there we go. So we're starting a different layer for this. So so we can make it look pretty good. There we go. Okay, I'll put that on later. Um, Now the big thing is these hands, or at least this hand. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we just got to get the hands done. But oh, we need another thing on this one. There we go. Okay, so this hand it's going to be fairly easy, I think. We just do that. Okay, so I'm going to take this one bottom layer off. Because I know what I want for the hand. And we'll take this layer and lower the opacity on it as we come up here to 34. I'm gonna have to redo this hand. I'm getting the gist of it here, obviously, but uh, messed that up. I'm not doing it finessely as I would like. Okay, so that looks pathetic, but it's a start, right? Uh, his fingers are way too fat. There we go. Okay, so, and then we can put this down a little. Put our dots in there. Let's put this up a little, uh, all the way, and then we will remove lines. Okay. The one hand needs a lot of work. This other hand, well, it looks like one of those wooden hands, in my opinion. A fake hand. But it's looking half decent now. The everything. Well, his one arm might be a little too thin. Or might need to bring the art where the joint comes down to a little bit. Reminds me of an episode of Always Sunny. This? What reminds you of an episode Always Sunny? Oh, oh, the big hands. Uh-huh. Uh, uh, Charlie's uncle thought his hands were too small, so he wore fake big hands over them. Yeah. The only problem, I'm liking what I'm doing there, but with the size of the shield and everything else, he's looking too small. So let's grab all this and merge selected layers. I might have to scale it up. And we see a little bit less of them. Although I think I still need to do something with the feet. Maybe when it gets colored, that'll be done. I don't know. But let's see. Uh, YouTube. Watch. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back. I want to go grab a sip of something to drink. I'm back. I like the BE part. I like the BRB style. Where do you see the BE, Timothy? Because that would be an E, and well, there's the B's. There's the B's knees, you know. Whoa. Excuse me. Be right back. Yeah. Oh, do you mean just the letter B itself? You like the how he did that? Okay, so you do understand abbreviations. Yes, BRB stands for be right back, but you said I like the BE part. Okay, so what's the BE stand for? Did you skip school? Yes. Well, BE could stand for break and enter. You like the break and enter part? Timothy says Captain Finity to Finity and beyond. And then Goodnight Spoon says, Rick? Yes, Goodnight Spoon. Do you remember Willoughby? Willoughby who? Willoughby. Willoughby right back. Not will be. We'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. Is that what you're talking about? Not Willoughby. Okay, so I'm liking everything here for the shield except for the hand. Okay, so I'm gonna get the couch on. We're gonna lower the opacity on the coffee table and the shield here as we try to get this hand correct. For the Canadian Shield! I am liking this so far. This is actually looking pretty decent. I think I'll wait to do that part of the hand. We can think of that till we get these fingers in here. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna let's do this on this. So somebody wrote something there. I guess you weren't a fan of PBS. The public broadcasting system. Well, you got to remember, we had probably something similar up here, but or Count Duckula. I saw some Count Duckula. Um, we had probably stuff similar to the PDS up here, but you know, I am in Canada, right? The treachery. Hey Aqua, how are you? Hope you're having a good night. I've got it really tight, although I think I still need to get a little bit better, but I'm liking that hand a little bit better now. Very good night. I finished up some new videos. Ah, cool. Well, as you can see, I'm working on Canadian Shield 3 here. Page 2, panel 1. And I'm hoping sometime tomorrow, although probably not in time for to put out a video on it tomorrow. Um, I'll be picking up Canadian Shield number one's remastered. I put them at the printers on Wednesday. It might be Monday, unfortunately. Okay, Ed Swee. So Captain Finity, you still hire. Have you done that video yet on the Star Trek Guardian Forever of Forever? Or you said the Guardian of whatever? Aqua's new video. Oh, okay, cool. let's go over to YouTube. See how long that video might be. I'll copy current address. Open in new tab. Oh, geez, I think somebody just tried to troll me. I wonder who that could be. And it worked. My apologies, Rick. That was still my clipboard from earlier when we were talking about Hercules Poirot. This is what I should have posted. You did it again. I wasn't trying to troll you. I was trying to troll Aqua. Well, I think it still comes down to you were trying to troll somebody. Whether it was me or Aqua or the man in the moon, you were trying to troll somebody. That was probably a joke directed at you. See, now I don't want to click it because I don't want to take the time to click it right now because I'm trying to at least maybe get this new shield drawn up before we end for the night in another 18 minutes or so. You know, it's like that boy in The Crying Wolf. Good news, Rick. They haven't made any more Hercule Poirot movies after that. And when did they do that one? And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I guess for those into it, it's a bad thing. Those aren't, maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe it's 6 years ago. Uh, well, Kenneth Branagh hasn't made more than the three. There are others. Ah, that's good, I guess. Rick, I never linked to other creators after I left. It's probably safe to assume all my links are jokes or quizzes. Ah, you left? When did you leave? I thought you'd been here all night. But you should subscribe to this guy. I think I'm already subscribed. Vanity URL. Spoiled that one. Um, Me and Metal might be. Well, oh, probably not tomorrow because I'm going out. Probably won't be home till late. But me and Metal might start back up doing some gaming on my Pied Piper channel. Uh, Playing Genshin Impact to yourself. Yeah, I'm subscribed to myself through my other channel called Pied Piper of Hamilton. West Hunt? No. Anime. I did the same on my other channels too. Laugh out loud. Okay, so I'm liking everything here now. Well, actually, I'd like to do the hand again. Because it's good. It just looks a little tight, like he's really stiff, the fingers there. I'd like them to seem a little bit more loose. And of course, I need to do something with John Sim's hand. So this panel is really starting to take shape, I think. Is he getting slapped? No. Let's see. He's just supposed to have his, be sitting like, sort of like this with his hand. Like, something like that. Should really take a picture of my hand from that. Try and get a picture of my hand from that angle. Something like that. Like, well, just one hand's out, but he's asking a question or commenting on something. Oh. Yeah, he's saying like, how did they die? He's asking a question, or how would they die? Because these guys they're getting in a conversation about if the power plant had exploded or melt down or whatever, thanks to whatever Toxico was trying to do, since he got caught before he could really do it. I think his hand might be backwards. Well, the thumb is up in the air, so like, let me put my thing back on here. Like if I have my hand like that, my thumb's up here, right? I got it more like that for him, but I got his hand more like that, but I want it more loose like that. So the thumb is up near the top. I'm starting to get better at not making that mistake, putting the thumb in the wrong area. Again, you can see him almost doing the same thing right here, but just from a different angle with his hand. Although I think that's the other hand. I like. I actually like how this hand's turned out. I gotta come in here and do something with the ears, so give it a little definition. Maybe a little definition on the shoulders and that area. his other arm could possibly be similar to that, and then he brings it up in that panel, trying to extend the line for the index finger and hiding the thumb behind it. Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying. Try extending the index, indexing the line for. Try extending the line for the index finger and hiding the thumb behind it. Well, since you're seeing it from pretty much above, I think that would be hard to do in that panel. Because it isn't completely straight on up and down, but it's on a little bit of an angle. So unfortunately, I don't think you can actually hide the thumb. I'm just gonna, like, I'm making his hand more like, I've got it more like that. Like from this angle, you're talking. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong panel. You're good. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about panel one. Well, panel one, and then I went on to panel two. This panel two one is actually not too bad for the hand. Although, again, it looks similar to what I've done there. Actually, I'm using two different hands, so that's the big thing. And then we see in panel four here, it's that hand up. So I could have this one on the slap. I could actually move the arm that's resting on this thing up to mimic panel two. Oh, I thought those were three different panels in the first. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, you probably thought that because the coffee table is probably doing that. And you're realizing the coffee table isn't saying that. Yeah, just the way I've done the coffee table on that angle, I can see how that would be mistaken that way. So I think next Monday or next Thursday we will have panel one at least all drawn out properly because next week we just have to, I think, work on Canadian Shield's one hand and work on Sims's one hand. Well, we might have to work on Sims again. He's further than what he's been before, so it's just making him seem a little looser, a little more real or whatever. And that's me probably trying to look at stuff between now and then for that sort of thing, but I doubt I will. I keep meaning to. Um, I'm definitely going to have to get some ear reference for next week because I think we'll get done panel one, get everything up to par or at least to where I'd like it. And then it's, getting some stuff done for John Sims in panel one. And then there's a lot to do, but not a lot to do in panel two. But the biggest panel, well, right now that I'll be working on probably either next week or the week after. Actually, probably not. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, yeah, I got 3 Thursdays before I take off to John. Well, I'd say not take off to John's. Be the 7th of September is the last Thursday I have to work on this before I got stuff to do because the Friday and Saturday of September there's something called Super Crawl in this area. It's a free event that I can go try and sell some of my wares. It happens on the Sunday, but I'm going to church. But the Monday, the 4th, maybe even the 3rd, the Sunday, I will be taking off towards LA. And not getting back till probably the 13th or the 14th of no. On the 11th, I take off. Sorry. The 11th, 10th or 11th, I take off of September to get to LA. And then I'll be back in Hamilton around the 20th or 21st. And then I've got that Saturday and Sunday, I've got Hamilton Comic Con. And then the 29th, I'm taking off to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota for a con. Louisiana. No, not Louisiana. Los Angeles. Riverside. Then the Saturday I'll be in Los Angeles with John for the Comic Con, Alpha Omega Con. And then in October, for the 14th, I will be in Athol. I might leave earlier. Well, I might leave a couple days earlier because there's a couple people I'd like to visit along the way. My artist for Canadian Shield 2 is actually in Springfield, Massachusetts. So it's that time again, folks. Thanks everybody for being here. It was great seeing you all. I will be on tomorrow at noon. I'll be drawing up a character from Dynamic Rodent, probably Dynamic Rodent himself. That's from the book that I was interviewing the creator of yesterday. Really what? Come on, I think you're talking about yeah, Springfield. Uh, Canadian Shield 2 artist. Yeah, he's in Springfield, Massachusetts. So as I'm going by there, maybe I'll stop off or whatever, see whether it's I can or whatever. I'll have to look into it. See him for an hour or two or something like that. See whether he's available to go out for lunch and then head over to Athol. I forget where Springfield is. Let's see. Directions to. Oh, actually, Springfield might be out of the way. Maybe I can get him to come up to Athol. I wonder if I know him. Well, in the book, his name is Efren Crespo. So if that's his real name, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, I think I am going to take off. It's been great talking with you. Good night, Spoon, Joshua, everybody that was here in the chat. We will see you hopefully tomorrow at noon as I'm drawing up a dynamic rodent. So bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it might be for you. Love you all. God bless. I don't know anyone named Zephyr Cochran. Well, that's not his name, so